Hi, Flosstube! Welcome back to my channel. This is take 2 because I was taking photos of myself and not actually filming before. And it wasn't until I was almost at the end when I realized I was taking photos and not actually recording. So, hi, my name is Christina. I live in Sweden. Today is October 25th. I'm recording this a bit earlier than I normally would, but I'm kind of busy the next few days and I want to keep up with my schedule of having this released on the 1st of the next month. I am going to Comic-Con in Stockholm on Friday next week, so this needs to be filmed and edited before then, so I can have it uploaded and ready to publish on the 1st. Welcome to anyone new. I am not by any means apparently professional. So sorry about that, I guess. Welcome back to my subscribers, anyone who keeps coming back. Thank you. It's very appreciated. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Oh my god. This will probably be done in segments. I will need to take a break to make dinner. It's really gray outside, so the light is so. So yeah, yay! Okay, so let's dive into stats right away. For October, so far, I have 0 starts. Yes. Well done, Christina. Well done. You do not need more starts. You are over 34 whips. You need to whip down. Okay? I do have 1 finish, which I will show you later. I have worked on 8 projects in total, and the stitches I am able to count, I have done 8,491 so far. So if I'm lucky, I might be able to pass 9,000 in total this month, which would be amazing. Go me. Okay, and then, yeah. So I have 1 stamped kit that I am unable to count stitches on. So that's why there are stitches I can't count into this number. So, my finish, Chaos Coordinator. I won't show you what it's supposed to look like because it's finished, as I said. This is from the Etsy shop, Cross Stitch Traveler. It is done on 28 count opalescent even weave called Glacier, dyed by Tom and Lily Creations. It is 101 by 128 stitches, and there is a total of 4,093 stitches into this. I have used various silks that I have thrifted along with a thread from House of Embroidery. I am not very impressed with that. It split quite often. That could be because it doesn't like the opalescent fabric. It could also be that the thread isn't great. It's odd that they would say it's meant to be embroidered with if it can't actually handle being embroidered with. But yeah, I'll keep stitching something with it and try it out some more. But so far I'm not impressed. And I didn't even use that much on this. So, here, I'll put my journal behind it. So this is what it looked like. Professional and Coordinator, along with the box, is in the House of Embroidery thread. The rest is all in silks. And there is a bit of sparkle to it. I was really happy to get this done. It'll help get my whip count down. Because as much fun as stitching is, I do also like having finishes. That gives me a bit of a endorphin rush. Not that I'm the fastest at actually fully finishing projects, as you can see here. And here. Those are also not fully finished, but finished. So, yeah. Away we go. That was started on the 29th of April this year, and I finished it on the 10th of October. So, yay! During this month of October, I did 8,036 stitches on it. So, next we have the Formula 1 stitching. It lives in my Rammstein bag. This is from when they were in Göteborg a few years ago, in Ullevi. Not that you can see the whole stadium there. Great concert. It was fun. This is done on a 28 count even weave opalescent. This is what it'll look like finished. And this is what it looked like last time I showed you. It is done on I did say it was 28 count opalescent fabric, even weave. It is the colorway Soon by Tom and Lily Creations. And this is, on this, I do have my Stitch Bunny needle minder with my Lady Maleficent. And this is what I've gotten done so far. So I have done a total during October 2,091 stitches. It is at 20.3%. And I have completed the Baku Grand Prix, the Singapore Grand Prix, the Texas Sprint. I still have the Texas Grand Prix left, and the Mexico Grand Prix is this weekend. So tonight at 11 is the qualifying heats. So most likely while that is on, I will be stitching this and trying to fill in. So I'm working with 939 so far, and that is the fill-in color of like all these little spaces here and around the glass, as you can see. I had run out of this color, which is 677 or 667. I have now received that, so I can keep going. I can keep this going, so it should be finished. I should be able to reach the side all the way over here, so I know how wide it is on this side. Yep. And what pattern is this, you might ask? Well, because I'm so professional, I'll tell you. So this is a pattern Wolf with Glasses. It is a test stitch that I'm doing from the lovely designer. Her Etsy shop is called Sol Galleria. She is from Lithuania, I think. So. I'm very, very, very sorry if that is incorrect. But yeah, I started this on the 1st of August 2025, which isn't bad progress for that kind of pattern where I only do it for the Grand Prix now. And so far, Leclerc or Hamilton haven't crashed. It was close on this last race. Leclerc did spin, but he didn't crash, and I don't count the spin as a crash. Just saying. I was not in the mood to have another crash. Like, oh, that's 500 stitches! These are the best drivers in the world, and they still crash. It's 500 stitches! Anyway, let's move on to my whips, the things I'm working on. So we have After the Rain by Ekaterina Boreshka. It is done on a 28 count even weave, hand dyed by myself. This is what it'll look like finished. And I have been speaking with my lovely friend Suzanne about this project, and I found that I only have like 600 and something full cross stitches left and about 3,000 back stitches. And so this is what it looked like last time I showed you. And so far this month, I have done 3 rotations and done a total of 1,589 stitches. It is resting currently at 89.39%. And so now I'm with the dilemma of what frame should I get? So this is what I have so far. A bit of it is like blocked by the hoop, but yeah. And this is what it's looking like where I'm working. So I'm using this like pink color. It goes here in the side, and then that's done. I've stitched that color out. I'm working from max to min, the amount of stitches that is left in a certain color to fill in everything. And I think this next color has less than 100 stitches in it. So it's going really fast now, changing colors. But it's fun to see how this fills in. But yeah, if you have any suggestions on what color or type of frame this would look good in, please leave me a comment down below. I really want this finished and framed. And because I now realize how few stitches I have left, even if I don't have another rotation this month, November, this will be a finish. So by my next Flosstube, I will have this finished and I will show it to you as a finished object. Y'all need to keep me accountable. Please do so. But yes, this will be a finish by next Flosstube. And I'll be able to get my whip numbers down even further. So I can almost have a new start soon. And I have 2 starts planned. One in November, which will be a secret stitch until I can send it off. And for my birthday, I do have a planned start for that. So yes. Okay, next is a project for my sister. It lives in a bag I have made myself. It is a map of what I believe is Tokyo. Nice fabric. And so this is what it will look like finished. Nice and spooky. And this is what it looked like last time. And so what pattern is this, you may ask? Well, if it's not obvious by what I showed you. This pattern is called Diner Dreams. It is charted by Contemporary Cross, and the artist is Stefan Koidel. It is done on a 25 count white even weave, and it is 487 stitches tall by 380 stitches wide. It is a total of 185,060 stitches with over 60,000 stitches in black. Mostly in the bottom. So that'll be fun. But yeah, so this also had 3 rotations this month. and I have done 1,601 stitches. It is at 5.17%, and it is done 2 over 1/10 stitch. And this is what I have now. So I'll do this at the back. Okay. So what I've done is I did a lot of black here, filling in this bit, and then I moved on to like some browns and filled in up here. Yeah. It's a nice, easy stitch, pretty much, but it's where I'm at, which is at the top of the pattern. It's a lot of black and a lot of browns, different, so I'm doing 50 shades of brown. It feels like that anyway, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was actually like 50 something shades of brown in this pattern with all the wood and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I have so far. Next, we have, let's see. So next we actually have a pattern called Autumn Raccoon, charted by Tilton Crafts, and the artist behind this is here, Amazing Grace Media, licensed Creative Fabrica. And this is actually going to be a restart eventually. So it's UFO'd for now. It was done on a white even weave. It is 250 stitches tall by 220 stitches wide for a grand total of 55,000 stitches. And yeah, this is what I had done so far. And the reason I'm quitting this is because I have fudged the colors so badly that it annoys me every time I look at this, and every time I find a new color to stitch, I run into something that is wrong. So this gets checked. Bye-bye. Going away. I'll restart it eventually on something where I can give myself better border. It was started on the 22nd of December 2023. I'll restart it at some point. And remember to do better with borders. So next pattern, next project lives in one of my first vinyl bags that I made for myself. It's not great. There are mistakes. It's made from a tote bag from Dalhalla Brynner, which my husband and I went to together. It is his favorite band, In Flames, that has this event. It's an amazing concert location, to say that. It's an old stone quarry that has been turned into concert hall, I guess you would say. It's outdoors, but the sound is amazing and the scene is amazing, and it rains so bad. Oh. But we had VIP tickets, so we could be under a roof anyway and watch them. It's not the same as when you're in the crowd, but we didn't own like good rain jackets, and we thought, oh, we can buy ponchos there, but it had been raining so badly the whole weekend that they ran out the first concert evening. There was none left. So we're like, what should we do? And so we had VIP tickets, so we could go to the VIP area, and we just stayed there and watched the concert. Not the best view, but oh well. We got to see them, which was the important bit. So what did I do? Well, what pattern? I'm obviously using Karen Water Lily. So if you don't know, if you're new or don't remember, I am doing Gone to Pieces by Long Dog Samplers. This is the mock-up, or like how she charted it. to begin with. But I'm doing my own version with Karen Water Lily, so it's a bit funky, it's a bit crazy, a bit chaotic, but it's fun. And I get to use silks that I wouldn't use otherwise, and I get to be crazy. This was started the 28th of September 2022. It is on an 18 count, no idea what kind of fabric, but it's beige. And it is 256 stitches tall by 170 stitches wide. It is a grand total of 36,960 stitches. And this month I have done 2 complete rotations so far. I'm currently on the 3rd rotation. And it is done 2 over 1 full cross. The back stitch is also with 2 threads, but it's supposed to be 1. But I read that too late, and now what's done is done, so all my back stitching is with 2 threads. It is at 79.71%. This is what it looked like last time, by the way. Professional. Well, anyway, so far, maybe with, but more likely without this rotation stitches included, I have done 1,226 stitches, and I have finished another puzzle piece, which is great. So let's see. So, okay. So first, let me show you what I have in. So this is what I have. Okay. So this is what it looks like for now. And so this block was already done. And this puzzle piece was also finished already. And so now I worked with the Karen Water Lily color called Umbria. It is with olive greens and some like mauvey purples. And so this block is now finished. I have also backstitched this little butterfly, so that is done. And this is how that block turned out. I have now moved on to the block above it. And this block will be done in this crazy colorway called Tequila Sunrise from Karen Water Lily. And it is hot pinks that go down to an orange and end in a yellow. Really fun to stitch with, and I'm really liking how it's turning out so far. Really bright, and I think with the moody Umbria underneath, I felt that this needed something a bit brighter to make it pop, to liven it up a bit. So yeah, so this is what I've done so far with the new colorway. This block will probably be done in a water lily called like black cherry or something like that. But yeah, so that was that one. So next project is in this bag that I made myself. And it was to replace the raccoon. And I did start this at the last Essex Needles retreat, and I didn't have a lot done. So I figured I would give it a bit more love. And it is done. It is the Dudley Aquarium, will no longer sell, from Lola Crow cross stitch. It is done on 28 count linen by Coffee Craft Fabrics. This is what it'll look like finished. And this little measly start is what I did at the retreat. It was started on the 28th of September 2025. The entire pattern is, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, 166 stitches tall by 230 stitches wide. And I'm working on the frame so far. I got the idea of this frame from a floss tuber called Red's Stitchery. When this came out, she said, this is like a rich person's aquarium. So the frame should obviously be in gold. And I really liked that idea, so I ran with it. And Zarina at her shop, Hawkins Hobbies, she helped me pick out golds that would work together. I told her I like the PB26 from Petite Treasure Braid as like the middle gold. Can you find me a lighter and a darker shade that would work with that, and also a very dark brown to be like the shadow part of it? Because in the pattern that is charted as 310, and I thought a black would be too dark and wouldn't suit the colors. So this is what I have so far. And I'm working towards what will be the most bright edge, I guess. Well, it depends on which way you look at it, but the edge without the Deadly Aquarium sign hanging from it. And I have counted and recounted this. It is 103 stitches tall, and it's supposed to be 103 stitches tall. So this is what it looks like for now. And I have done one rotation on this, and I've done 525 stitches on this, and it is done 2 over 1 full cross. So that is that. The last whip I will show you is a stamped kit. So this stamped kit is from Mona Lisa. This is what it'll look like finished, or at least the artwork. I have no idea who the artwork is by. It is done in rayon threads on 11 count Aida. This is what it looked like last time I showed you. It is on scroll bars that I have been graciously lent by my amazing friend, Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. And I don't know how many stitches I've done on this. I have no digital pattern that I mark off. But yeah, it's a nice stitch. And this is what we have done. The bee needle minder is from Love Poppet. I bought that at the latest Essex Needles Retreat. And I'm working on this blue cross symbol. It is a green. And just going to finish that until I've moved all the way across, and then I'll pick the next symbol, do that one, and move my way across, and so on and so forth until the top part is finished and I can actually scroll this up a bit, which will be fun. But yeah, it's a nice stitch. It's going well. Okay, and that, if you're wondering, I started that on the 26th of July this year, and it is, I don't actually have it written down how wide it is, but it is 200 and maybe like 217 stitches wide by 303 stitches tall. And then you can do the math to find out how many stitches in total this is, if you want. But yeah, it's a nice stitch. The thread conditioner is a must to keep the threads in functioning order. Otherwise they go everywhere, they knot. It's a mess. But with thread conditioner, it works well. What will I be working on next month? Well, I will continue after the rain until that is finished. Again, it will be finished next time, so you won't have to see that again until I have it fully finished. I will continue Diner Dreams and also Gone to Pieces. I want this finished, so I'll continue. It does have quite a few stitches left, and also Cartoon Town will be continued. It's my evening stitch. It's easy for me to do when I can't count or focus very well, so I come upstairs and work on that in the evenings when I need to. And I will then also be including 2 other charts into my rotation of 500 stitches. One of them, okay, so the first one I'll show you is called Japanese Garden, maybe with or without the mandala at the end, but it's called Japanese Garden. It is from Chatelaine. It is on 28 count even weave that is called Sage Green. This is what it'll look like when finished, or at least a suggestion. And if I can find it, if nothing else, I can go back to my whip braid and do a screen capture from that. But this is what it looked like last time you saw it. It was started on the 1st of May, 2024, and, or rather, well, since I haven't worked on it, I don't need to find a photo. I can show you what it looks like now. And I need to move some threads out of the way. Okay, so this is what it looks like for now. So this is all finished. This needs some specialty stitches, the same on this side. And this is the top of the torii gate, and then there will be back stitches here and also up here in the clouds. My sky will be green, and that's just how it'll be. And yeah, so since this is hard to actually calculate 500, I've decided that I will do 500 stitches. Usually takes anything from a few hours to, well, around 4 hours. So I will do 4 hours on this and then rotate. So yeah, so this is what I'll be working on. And then there will be a zip opening. Do be aware of that. All done. Okay, so next pattern, or the last one that I've decided I will work on, is called TMNT Mikey. Or maybe it's just Mikey in the shop, but I call it my TMNT Mikey. This is what it'll look like finished. I do have the other 3 patterns, and I will put them like right next to each other, like so. And I have started with Mikey. And it lives in a vinyl bag that I made myself. The finished picture has left a mark. And this is what it looks like. Isn't it amazing? And so far, what I have done is this. So this pattern is on 28 even weave white. The pattern is done by Dots and Spots Shop on Etsy. It is 179 stitches tall by 150 stitches wide with a total of 17,351 stitches. It is done 1/1 full cross. And I will have a starting point of having 15,245 stitches to stitch. Obviously, I won't get that done next month, but I'll get a chunk done. It was started on the 6th of December 2023. So those are next month's projects, along with a secret new start, which I will not be showing until it is fully finished and sent off to its recipient. She does know that it will be made for her, but she does not know what it is. Which is the point, obviously. So yes. Okay, so next segment, I will show you some haul. It was a purchase and it's for cross stitch, so I guess you would call it haul. It is not fabric and it is not floss. You can take a guess what it might be. And we'll also conclude with my journaling. I'll show you what I've made for the pages I've done for this month, how they're looking, also how next month is turning out so far. And I do have, not a review, I guess, but I have tried out some inks for my fountain pen, and I will give you my thoughts on those inks if you're interested. Okay, so bye for now. I'll be back and after I've made dinner. Hi Flosstube! Welcome back! Hey my floof! Yee! Yee! Hey. This is my poodle. He's not a king poodle. He's medium-sized, apricot color. And his name is Ezio. If you get the right gaming reference, kudos to you. He's being a bit of a baby. But he's cute, so he can be a baby. Today is the later morning of Sunday, the 26th of September. It is still really gray and dreary outside. So I've added some extra light here in the room. So let's continue where we left off yesterday. And basically what I have left is my so-called haul and journaling. So my haul is project cards that I designed from Vistaprint here in Europe. And so I'll show you an example. So this is the project card for one of the projects I'll be working on in November, which is TMNT Mikey. And I found this cross-stitch border via a Google search, and I used it and just kind of flipped it, and that is the border. And behind is just notes and a project photo for when it's done. And so this is my stack, and this huge wad here are all my starts in 2025. So those are my 2025 starts. And so they live in this IKEA box now, and they don't take up a lot of room in it as of yet. As you can imagine, it's just this for now, but I'm thinking over the years it could be more. I don't have a lot of unused cards left. I only ordered 50 to begin with, and I did put some of the finishes that I have recorded on their own cards. So this is, I've just used a lot of washi tape. I need to like use some glue or something because the edges are kind of lifting up. It's not the best washi tape, we will say that. So those are my unused cards. And then I have finishes. So these are projects I've finished, and I'll just show you an example of how one of the cards looks. So this is for, again, a gaming reference. I did a pattern called Normandy SR2 from Griffin Wing Workshop. And the notes I have are basically that I changed the color on this ship from Cerberus to Alliance colors. Again, if you get the reference, kudos, well done. And then I took a photo. It's not the greatest, it was kind of dark, and just printed it out and stuck it on there. So that's an example of what I've done. Then I have 2022. So this is when I started stitching again. So I don't have any projects older than that. So no project is older than 3 years, which is kind of cool. And for now, I have 3 project cards here, with the exception of the project card for Gone to Pieces. That was also started in 2022. So I have for Kakomo, Dark Queen of the Earth, and large World Travel Bookshelf. Regular size, regular color. It's 997 stitches wide as a regular color. So I don't understand what a supersize would do. It's just adding 3 stitches one way and a few stitches the other way. It's mostly just adding colors. So I don't understand that. But we'll see if I regret that choice by not going for at least a max color. And then we have 2023. Here I've starting a few things. So in this category, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Mikey was a 2023. That one is 2024. So there's 4 projects in there. 4, 5. That one will be a restart. So 5. So 5 in 2023 is still active whips. So that's kind of cool. And then we have 2024. And here I have a few more. I really upped my ante in 2024. Well, not really. Apparently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in 2020. Still active whips from 2024. So not too bad. And then we have 2025. And I have a lot from this year. I have this. have one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books started in 2025 that I have not yet finished, plus 2 more, so that'll be a total start number planned this year of 19. And I've also created for 2026 any starts. We'll see if I actually get any starts. We'll see what happens. And 2027. And then I don't have any more cards made up. So that's what it's, so that's my haul and what I made for my haul. The box I already had. So that's not new. Right, so let me let the dog out. He wants to leave the room now that he's not getting any more cuddles. So I'll take a short break, be right back, letting the dog out and having a bit more coffee, and we'll talk journaling. Okay, so I've let the dog out, so he's not standing at the door like, Mom, I want to go. I want to go out. I want to go. I've had some coffee. It's 11 in the morning. This is my second cup also, by the way, not my first one. Okay, so let's talk journaling. First, I'll show you the 2 inks that I have for now for my fountain pen. So I have, when I was in Japan, I was at, where was it I got these? It was at, I don't remember the store. Itoya, maybe, I think it was. I think so, yeah. I got it in Kyoto. So I saw they had like these really small bottles of Ferris wheel press ink. So I thought, ooh, I'd love to try Ferris wheel press. I've seen a lot about them, and I wanted to give it a go. So this is the bottle. Focus on the bottle and not me. Come on. It doesn't want to. Okay, anyway. So the color I got is this. So Lures of the Loch. It's a really pretty green with like gold in it. And I've been using it now in my journal, and I'm not a huge fan. So like if I show you this, so this is how it turns out, the color. I don't think I can get it to sparkle for you. But yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, it's not bad. It's just that when I go back and I look at so for this one, okay, so this is a different ink, and this one just flowed better and was more even in the color. And maybe it's because of the gold that is in this that it doesn't feel like it flows as nicely. I'm not sure, but I'm not a huge fan of Ferris wheel press, apparently. I mean, the ink would be really nice without the gold, I think. But with the gold, it just feels like it gets caught, and I can't have the same flow and ease with my fountain pen. And maybe it's because I have a cheap fountain pen, I don't know, but it's just one of these. I got it while in Japan, and I don't know, but I like this pen otherwise. But yeah, I feel a difference going from the other ink to this one. And the other ink is also, I bought a small bottle, and this is from I think it's produced by Pilot, but it's a Japanese brand, I think, and either the color is Takesumi or the color is Iroshizuku. But this is the little box it comes in, and so this is, and it's a really nice black without being like, I don't know, it's not like Vanta black or really black 2.0, but it's a nice black. So it's great for, I liked using it in my journal. It flowed really, really nicely. Didn't have any issues with it being uneven. And yeah, I just really, really like that one. But yeah, I get, maybe it's a preference thing, or maybe, I don't know. Because I just feel that this one, so like if I show you for next week, so you can see on like, so this is for like Comic-Con. You can see how it pulls in certain places and is really light in others. This one is actually really quite light in reality, but maybe not showing up so well on the camera. This one's really uneven. Okay, so maybe you can see it here. So yeah, I wasn't a fan, but I'll use it up. I mean, I did pay a relatively pretty penny for it. Not as much as I got it directly from Canada, but it's a Canada-based company, by the way. So if you journal and you like glitter and whatnot, and maybe you know how to make glitter inks work for you, I don't know, but this one hasn't worked well for me so far. So speaking of journaling and showing you bits and pieces of my journal, I will show you. So this is the October spread. I've already shown you this in my last Flosstube. This is how my month turned out. And this is how it's looking so far for my Formula 1 and my rotation. This one has today's date. I did some more stitching this morning, and I have like 30 odd stitches left to do, and then I've done this rotation. So hopefully I can do one more rotation on After the Rain, and then I will have so much less to do next month. So that's my rotation page, how it's looking so far. You will see this again. And then my weeks. I really like decorating. I have a lot of stickers, and I've realized I'm not a sticker person, so I'm trying to use up my stickers. So yeah, so this is my spread. The week number is right here, I think. And this is for this week. And then this is for next week. And because it's on an odd page, I'm going to Comic-Con, I figured I might as well I can print out some photos and whatnot from there and add to this page as maybe not a haul, but as a memory page from Comic-Con. And then we have November, and I decided to go for like purple and lavender, and so that is for this month, to try and use up some of my washi tapes. I have a ton of washi tapes, like a ton. A lot of them from cheap Temu. Would not recommend that. Those are the tapes I used on my cards, for my project cards. Don't recommend. But anyway, I need to use them. I have them, so I'll use them. I don't want to check them. This is my month so far. And as you may notice, so well, not next week, but the week after, Monday to Thursday, I will be away with work all week. Or, well, Monday to Thursday. And then at the end of the month, from Tuesday to Friday, I'll be away on another work thing. And on Friday, instead of coming back home with my colleagues, I will instead stay on in Stockholm and go up to see my grandma and then go home, which will be a lot of train traveling. So I'll also be in Gothenburg for a concert on week 46, so the 15th to 16th of November. I'll be away. So I have a lot going on in November. So yeah, so it's a busy month. So I hope that won't necessarily mean that I dip in stitching, but it could be. We'll see. So this is for next month. So this time I've written the rules up here, and these are the races. Again, we have another sprint in Qatar, and we also have a sprint and a full race in Brazil. And then we have, in between the two sprint races, we have one normal race here in Las Vegas. And then here I have the projects I will be focusing on next month. Like I said, I haven't worked on TMNT Mikey, so I know how many stitches I've left to do. And this is the chatelaine I'll be working on. And because it's a chatelaine and I can't get it into like Saga or whatever, I have no idea how much I have left to do, and nor am I able to count stitches. So this will be on a 4-hour rotation. And Gone to Pieces, I want to keep working on to try and get that finished. Diner Dreams and After the Rain, again, I will have this finished by next month. But this project and this project are projects I'm stitching for my sister, whose birthday month it is in November, which is why I'm focusing on those two projects. Otherwise I would be putting Diner Dreams away because all the browns and black. Oh my god. But I will keep it out for her so I can try and move it along, get it closer to finish. Next week I'll start to do like the weeks and whatnot for the month. I haven't done that yet, so that's how my journal's looking. It's starting to not be able to be flat anymore. It's quite chunkier. So yeah. But I do have another one ready for next year. This is a journal I got in Japan. And that is this one. So I can't wait to try this out. So yeah, but this will be next year's journal. Okay, so put that away. So journaling done, haul done, all the projects that I've worked on. I've shown you what I'll be working on in November. So yeah, we're all done. And in record time. I think I've never had a Flosstube this short. Again, I apologize for rushing through it in the beginning there. I'll try and not take a bunch of photos of myself next time and actually film. And hopefully I'll be able to show you some good progress next month. So for now, bye. And I will see you at the beginning of December. So see you December 1st, everyone.